Hi, I'm Kylie, and I will recite to you the 10 poems I've learned this term. I hope you enjoy it. No Man is an Island by John Joe. No man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. If it cannot be washed away by the sea, Europe is the less, as well as the promontory were, as well as the manner of thy friends or of thine own were. Any man's death diminishes me, because I am involved in mankind. So therefore, never said to know for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee. Sonnet 116 by William Shakespeare. Let me not do the marriage of true minds, admit impediments. Love is not love, which alters when alteration finds, or bends from the remover to remove. Oh no, it's another fixed mark that look tempests and is never shaken. It is a star to every wandering bud, whose worth is unknown, although his height be taken. Love's no times full, the rosy lips and cheeks. Within his bending sickle's compass come, love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out, even at the edge of doom. If this be an error upon my proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in the yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveller long I stood, then looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. They took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grass and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, and leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads unto way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Some were ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Out in the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have no wings nor cried aloud. Under the belchings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the heart of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged the punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Death be not proud by John Doe. Death be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful, for thou art not so. For thou whom thou thinkest thou dost overdo, die not for death, nor yet canst thou kill me. From rest and sleep, which but thy pictures be, much pleasure then from thee, much more must flow. And soon as our best men with thee do go, rest of their bones and souls delivery. Thou art slave to fate, chance, kings, and desperate men, and dost with poison war and sickness swell, and popular charms can make us sleep as well. And better than they stroke, wise fellows till then, one short sleep past, and we wake eternally, and death shall be no more. Death, thou shalt die. Time does not bring relief by Edna St. Vincent Millay. Time does not bring relief. You all have lied. Who told me time would ease me of my pain? I miss him in the weeping of the rain. I want him in the shrieking of the time. The old snows melt in every mountainside, and last year's leaves are smoked to every lane. But last year's bitter loving must remain, heaped in my heart my old thoughts bide. There are hundreds of places where I fear to go, so with its memory they brim, and entering with relief some quiet place where never fell his foot or showed his face. I say, there is no memory of him here, and so sun-stricken, so remembering him. Teddy Roosevelt said, it is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbled, or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best, in the end, knows the triumph of high achievement, who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. Richard Cory by Edward Arlington Robinson. Whenever Richard Cory went downtown, we people on the pavement looked at him. He was a gentleman from Soldier Crown, clean-favored and imperially slim. And he was always quietly arrayed, and he was always human when he talked, but still he fluttered pulses when he said, Good morning, and he glittered when he walked. And he was rich, yes, richer than a king, and in Marley schooled in every grace. And finally we thought he was everything to make us wish we were in his place. So on we worked and waited for the light and went without the meat and cursed the bread. And Richard Cory, one calm summer night, went home and put a bullet through his head. Hope by Emily Jenkinson. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul. It sings a tune without the words and never stop at all. Sweet as in the gales heard, and sore must be the storm that could have batched that little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard the little chilies landing on the stranger sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crown of me.